Let's go to our next segment.
Another guy who's married.
Yeah. Who?
Is Mark Leiter Jr. married?
You should. You better check that. Our nuclear overreaction is it has been a week, not even a week, since the trade deadline. And it is time to declare our deadline winners and losers, a.k.a. It's slightly different on the individual level. Oh, confirmed. Is he married?
Married with a kid. Whew.
That was awkward. All right. Nice. Big wife guy, Mark Leiter Jr. We are now going to crown, less than 1 week after the deadline, the deadline acquisition MVP and the deadline acquisition LVP. We already talked about possibly the LVP, Trevor Rogers. What the hell, man? I thought you were this big left-handed ace coming to town. Orioles can fix you. Just kidding. Lost to the Guardians. Miguel Vargas embarrassing himself defensively, embarrassing himself offensively. Not looking like the return we wanted. Is it 1 week? Sure it is. But Jake, let's get more positive because you just mentioned Mark Leiter Jr. I got to say, when they trade for him, I was like, yeah, that's actually exactly what the Yankees need. This guy's kind of awesome. His splitter is one of the best secondary pitchers in the league. Are you ready to declare Mark Leiter Jr. the trade acquisition MVP after 6 days?
Yeah, it's a nuclear overreaction, but it's one worth making. He has allowed just that one run. He basically, like, on the day he got traded, rolled off the plane and then pitched in extra innings against the Phillies and threw a scoreless inning with the runner on second, and the Yankees didn't score in the top. So that was like a huge inning in a game they ended up winning. I believe he was the only player to play on the day that he was traded, which is so badass. Like landing, not even knowing your catcher's name or whatever, and just like, yeah, I throw a splitter, good freaking luck. Like, I'm gonna get some outs now. He just has the reliever unflappable presence about him. He was a 22nd round pick by the Phillies out of the New Jersey Institute of Technology. Okay, this is not someone, despite his name being Leiter, he is Al's nephew. This is not someone who was like destined for major league success. Okay, he has earned what he has gotten. Watching Mark Leiter pitch for the Yankees, it's a great fit. He gives their bullpen so much more length. That's going to be a huge pickup for them. He is someone you can throw out there in the 8th inning and feel pretty good about, even though the stuff isn't necessarily dominant.
Plot twist, Mark Leiter Jr. is the best pitcher in the world. Now we need to like pass that on. Who would say that about Mark Leiter Jr.?
Clay Holmes.
Clay Holmes? That doesn't sound like something Clay Holmes would say. It sounds like something Stroman would say. Stroman would totally say that.
We should tell Carlos to say it. Well, let's get our buddy Carlos Rodon on the horn. Tell him he needs to call Mark Leiter Jr. the best pitcher in the world.
Quickly, I do want to just mention Paul DeJong quickly because I was super like when the Royals traded for him. It was like, what's the plan here? Like, is this just insurance? He's just playing maybe I guess they faced a couple lefties in Detroit, but he's playing third. And they really seem to have like sort of soured on Michael to a degree where maybe they will just platoon Michael with Massey at second and just roll with DeJong every day. But yeah, so I'm very curious to see how much he actually ends up playing. So I mean, we'll see.
If you want to really get into it, Jordan, I mean, this is a scary stat, I believe. Really just shocking stuff. But since the Royals acquired Paul DeJong, he has been better than Bobby Witt Jr. Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh no.
Now that is only if you go by
in 4 games.
That's actually not.
Games?
That's actually not true.
Not true. All right. So you were ready. You were like, I think you started that point because Paul DeJong has like somehow accumulated like 0.8 WAR with the Royals or F4, and you were like, oh, maybe that's more than Bobby Witt, and it's like, no, Bobby Witt's actually awesome. So.
In the month of August.
Yeah, no, not quite.
In the month of August, Paul DeJong hired WRC Plus and Bobby Witt. Should Bobby Witt move to the bench? Paul DeJong move to short. Just a thought.
Hopefully not. Royals don't do that. I don't do that. Please don't do that. That's a bad idea.
We mentioned Mark Leiter Jr. He was crucial in the Yankees win on Sunday. They took 2 out of 3 from the Blue Jays. Aaron Judge is getting walked so freaking much because he is up to 41 home runs. Wow.
Pretty good. Good player.
It's a lot.
41 homers and 103 RBIs and 92 walks. He is obviously leading all of those categories.
Yankees and Orioles are now tied atop the division, even on games played, even on wins, even on losses. The Orioles this week have the Blue Jays on the road. The Yankees have the Angels at home. Should be another interesting one in the world of the AL East. Yankees have the White Sox next week for 3. So something to keep in mind with the White Sox: if they lose this weekend, or these 3 games against Oakland, and they lose this weekend against the Cubs, then it's the Yankees.
Oh man! So that actually, I think I want them to win against the Yankees. That's way better.